Mic check. Hope everybody's well, guys. If you're listening to this right now, I just want to give you a few words of encouragement. I also want to give you a blueprint to handle yourself through emotions, because at the end of the day with trading, we all know how to win, and winning isn't the hard part. It's staying consistent that becomes the hard part in trading. Trading is very difficult because money is involved. And trading is a game of making money, staying consistent, and following your trading plan. However, we all run into these times where we take losses and incur losses, and the loss of money can invoke the emotions behind it. I just want you to remember that in order for you to win in this game, it comes down to the amount of effort that you put into this game, right? Will there be ups and downs? There will be ups and downs, but just always remember the comeback is greater than the setback. So maybe you're sitting in drawdown right now, or maybe you're red on the day right now, and maybe you're just red on the week right now. Don't fucking quit. Do not quit. Because at the end of the day, it only takes one trade. Just anytime you're down, I just want you to remember this. It takes one trade to make gains. You could be red Monday through Thursday. It takes one trade to make a Friday good and a week good. It takes one trade to improve your confidence. It takes one trade to eliminate the losses. Just remember, you can do this as long as you stick to your plan. But you can't bullshit yourself. Those Friday nights, those Saturday nights, or those nights you can get any amount of extra time, you should devote those times to backtesting. You should know your strategy in and out. You should not have any types of FOMO in the market because you backtested so much, you know that your plan works. You are betting every time you trade, you are betting on your trading edge. And simply speaking, let me just be straightforward for you. Anytime you trade outside of your trading plan and you take a loss, you are simply disrespecting those Friday and Saturday nights. I'm telling you to not go out, to not do anything but sit inside and backtest. Anytime you trade outside of that, you simply disrespect that hard work. So let's get into it. You, as a trader, at this point in your trading career, you should have a strategy, right? And you should know that consistency is the key, all right? Consistently trading the strategy over and over. Bruce Lee, and I quote, Bruce Lee says, "I fear the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once. I do not fear the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks." Okay, so what he's trying to say here is you should have one kick, whether it's a roundhouse kick or whatever, one kick pattern, and that kick should be so efficiently practiced that when I kick you with this kick, bones are going to break, things are going to snap. If I land this kick, it's over. Bruce Lee, who's a warrior, the real warrior, fears the man who kicked it 10,000 times. You as a trader, you should be that trader that has that setup that you traded 10,000 setups, 10,000 times, over and over and over and over again. And when it doesn't work out, you go back to the right board, which is the back testing area, FX replay, whatever it may be, and then you readjust. So this game is a game of consistency. Consistently following the plan, consistently back testing, consistently journaling. Now that we've gotten that out the way, one last thing about consistency is there's a chart that I post frequently just to remind you that you do not need to trade every day and you do not need to catch every move. There are 252 trading days in a year. If you make $200 a day on average, that's $50K a year. All the way up to $1,000 a day, that's $252,000 in a year. You don't need to do much, but you do need to be consistent, okay? So, long story short, I need everybody from here on out to make a commitment. Hold on. Sorry, I just had something to come up. But from here on out, I need everybody to make a commitment that they will follow their trading plan. Now, when losses happen, what are you going to do? Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. This market will throw curveballs at you. This market's job is designed to trick, trap, and fool you. But if you need to stay consistent, you need to follow the plan. What do you do when you have a red day? Let's go ahead and talk about some practices. If you have 3 back-to-back red trades, call it a day. If you fell a funded account, call it a day. If you draw down and you need to make up a percentage here, a certain percentage of your account in a single day, you need to walk away. From here on out, because it's the red days that take away from the green days that put you in this spot where you feel bad, you feel emotional, you feel sad, and then you end up doing something stupid. You end up shooting yourself in the foot. And this is why I tell you that this is a game of you versus you. How far would you be in your trading career right now? How far would you be if you have not made all those stupid mistakes? I'm not saying you didn't have a red day. What I am saying is, how much farther along your trading career would you be right now on your red days if you could just eliminate the red days of the trades you were not supposed to take? Meaning that every day that you've taken a loss, how many of those losing days were losing days that you were not supposed to be inside of a trade, that you just jumped in because Billy Bob on Twitter or somebody else was inside of it, or you know what I mean, you're just following price. What you need to understand is that risk management and consistency with consistent action. So if you consistently backtest, you consistently follow your rules of your system, then you consistently manage risk when things go wrong, you have no choice but to succeed in this game. Success in this game can come very fast. So if you're in the gutter and you're in backtesting, the forward outlook is, once this thing starts to click, once you start to move forward with this trading journey, that you could literally be failing for 4 years straight, and on the 5th year you become a successful trader. And just envision that as you're trading. Right now, as you're listening to my voice in the background you'll see some of my trades that are working out. This is the area of what I call the flow state, the area where the trader has now reached a level of proficiency, and not just in his trading plan, but in his trading mindset. There is no FOMO. What is FOMO? FOMO is the fear of missing out. What are you missing out on if you missed one day? Ask yourself, if you missed the opening trade and you can't sit there and watch the market, number one, you're not ready to be a trader. But if you can't sit there and watch the market for a couple hours and then just say, hey, it's 12 o'clock, I'm going to walk away and come back tomorrow, then you don't need to be doing this. You need to work on yourself. Next is that anytime you get FOMO, just shut the computer off. How hard is it for you to shut down the damn computer, right? So this is what we're going to do from here on out. Your back-tested trading strategy, the strategy that you worked on, or maybe you got from me or whoever you got it from, you will only execute from here on out the strategy. Look in the background. Look how many trades have hit. Look at the trades moving. That could be you. So here on out, you're only going to execute the trades that align with your trading plan. The minute that it's done, turn the computer off. You turn the computer on, and maybe it's a sloppy day. Sloppy days happen. The market's still curveballs. Like I said, algorithms are at place. You can get chopped up. If you get chopped up, meaning you lose 3 trades back to back, done. Close the computer. Once you hit your profit goal or your profit target, trigger the target, close the computer. Now, what are you going to do after you close the computer? Do not sign on in the PM session. Walk away. The problem with a lot of people is they forget that less is more. Less is more. You can use that for your advantage. If you can sit down here and trade your back-tested plan and focus on just executing that plan during certain times of the day, and maybe you only trade 4 times a week, but you're consistent with that 4 times a week. Let's just say you win 3 and you lose 1. Win 3, then you lose 1. Problem is that when you do that, most new traders are trading with small amounts of capital, and it's very sad that most traders don't get past this point. Let me just explain this, and then we're going to break it down together. Most traders will take a trade. For example, if you're on my live stream, you might see some people here that are more experienced than you that are trading 20 contracts, and they take the same trade you take. That person took 20 contracts. Maybe you took 1, 2, or 3 contracts. You're looking at your P&L. You could have made anywhere between $200 to $800, while this guy's up $2,000 to $8,000. Notice how the guy that's up $2,000 to $8,000, he shuts the computer down and keeps it moving. But just because you're only up $200, you're trying to trade again. You're not looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is for you to become proficient at this. And in that bigger picture, once you become proficient in it, you need to realize it's not about taking more trades. It's about getting more capital inside these trades. How are you going to put more capital inside the trades when you cannot even manage the small capital? So stop looking at trading for a day-to-day gain of how much money you're trying to make every day, and start looking at it from the perspective, if my plan is working, am I back testing? Am I following all my rules? Are things working out in my favor? Once that starts happening, I'm going to size up. You can literally, as a trader, make any amount of money that you want to make. Look in the background. Look at the background of this message. How many trades do you see continuously going back and forth? Because these trades continue to go back and forth, you can efficiently look at the process and follow that process. Stop focusing on the day-to-day. That's number one. Number two, after you stop focusing on the day-to-day and you start focusing on the proficiency of the strategy, one downfall that most traders do, and especially when they come in drawdown, is that they focus on the day-to-day gain. That day-to-day gain, a lot of times, especially me as a new trader, will invoke emotions because I would judge myself on how I performed today. So if I had a green day, I would really experience the highs of trading and I would be on top of the world. A good friend of mine in the chat room calls that the peacock move. And then if you experience a bad day, you want to bury your head in the sand. To avoid all of that, focus on how much money you made on the week. How much money have you made on the week? If it's Tuesday and you're red, and you're green on Monday, technically you're green on the week, so why are you tripping? The problem is that when you become red, you become emotional. And when you become emotional, you subject yourself to what I call involuntary drawdown. Drawdown that you do not need to be in. So if you are in drawdown, this is what you're going to do. Number one, take a week off. If this is your first time in drawdown, just take a step back and get yourself together. Don't come back the next day trying to trade full size. You're going to get hurt, okay? Take a week off and maybe sim trade and forward test on smaller amounts. After you start to do that and get your groove back, size down those first two trades, and then on that third trade, if you see a trade, start scaling back up. Once you get your confidence, everything I just said is to get your confidence back. Once your confidence is back, for me personally as a professional, when I'm in a drawdown, I'm not emotional. It's just I'm in a drawdown. The next trade I see, I will trade it with my normal size. Most people can't do that. So if you do what I just told you to do, when you come back to the market, you'll be able to trade with your normal size. Like I said in the beginning of this, it only takes a few good trades to bounce you back out of any hole that you was in. But you need to adapt what we call the elite trader's mindset. The elite trader's mindset is that I will only trade one back tested system over and over again. If my conditions are not met, I will not trade. You will not let random people on the internet influence you in your decision making, and you do not care if the market moves 1,000 points or drops 1,000 points. For those of you guys that are listening to me in the background and that know me, how many times have you came into a live stream that I've been on, that I've released, or that you watched in some way, shape, or form, and I sat there while the market wasn't moving saying no setup, no trade? That's because when I risk money, I only want to risk money on areas that I back tested to make sure it works. If you're not trading a plan, what are you doing? You're gambling. You're gambling, and that has to stop. You have to stop gambling. You have to put the stuff down. You have to get a grip on yourself and get rid of the vices that are making you, whatever it is in your personal life that's really hindering you from succeeding at this, whatever's making you really jumping. You have to address that issue. I can't get into that detail, but what I can tell you is once you do address that issue, no matter how much money you spent in this game, whether it was on evals or actually blowing account or trading account, as long as you're trading a strategy, every loss that you've taken so far, every one, is a temporary loan to the marketplace. You can make that back. You can make that back at any given time. So my new question for you is, what are you going to do now? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to continue to grind harder? I want to see how bad do you want this? How bad do you want to be free? Because this is what we're competing for. We're trading for freedom. No matter where you at in your life, the real purpose of you becoming a trader is to make money and sit at home with your family. At least that's what it was for me. And as a trader, you can do this. Why would you quit now? How much do you have invested into this? Why give up? Never quit. Why quit? I didn't raise no quitters. Reach out. Ask people for help. You do not have to do this alone anymore. We are in a community. A lot of times people in the trading world, they start taking some losses and then they get in this cocoon phase where they don't want to talk to anybody. I encourage you to strongly not do that. Instead, what I want you to do from here on out, as I've explained before, is focus on the process. Focus on executing the process. And even in the face of drawdown, and even in the face when things aren't going the right direction of what you exactly want things to go, continue to grind until you make it. You can make it if you just don't quit. You only lose when you give up. All right. This is just me telling you straight up. You only lose when you give up, and you can master yourself. FOMO is nothing. FOMO is easy to beat. Getting funded is easy if you follow a plan. Getting a payout is easy. All it takes is a few different payouts and you're on to a different level. The only way you're going to get there, though, is if you continuously follow your trading edge. Your trading edge should come second to none. From here on out, make the commitment to trade only your trading edge. That means no more random trades, no more emotional chases, no more I'm just going to buy random news events. No more of the random stuff, and moving towards a calculated, executable plan that you will only follow no matter what. Turn the computer off when you're done. This is the next part, and this is the biggest part of everybody's trading. Turn the damn computer off when you're done trading. Look at every trade in the background. Just imagine you take that one trade and you turn the computer off. What's going to happen is you're going to make more and trade less. This is because the reason why people struggle with this is because you've worked a 9 to 5 your whole life. You worked a 9 to 5, or you went to school, and in that schooling or that 9 to 5, you're conditioned to wake up at a certain time, drive to a certain place, work for somebody else, and in those hours you probably get one 30-minute break, and maybe if you're lucky another 15-minute break. But while you're actually quote unquote working, you are actually completing a function every minute while you're quote unquote on the clock. You're trading your time for money. Trading is not about trading your time for money. It's about trading money for more money. It doesn't matter about time. And in fact, I know I say that I'm a day trader. There's times where I'm in the trade for 3 minutes. Some of these trades you're looking at are just a few minutes long, and then that's it. You do not need to give your whole life. You need to realize as a trader, you have to benefit if you can follow your plan, if you can manage drawdown, if you can manage risk. You can be fucking free, unlimited power. And it right now, I just want to let you know, it's not the end. It's just the beginning. You're just getting going here. This is a career. How long does it take a doctor to get a job? How much schooling does it take a doctor to get a doctor? Guess what? You're in the place of the world where you can make a doctor's salary in a day. If you can scale your capital up, and honestly, there are people in the room who take the exact same trades that are in the background of this video, people who take the exact same trades that you are taking, who are making huge salaries, doing the exact same things that you're there. You don't realize that you're already there. You don't realize it because you don't have the capital yet. And because you don't have the capital, when you experience a red trade, you go through a meltdown. You can beat this. You can do this. Focus on the process. Reach out for help. And know that as a member of Juicy Trades, we got your back. We're going to be with you for the whole process. I just want to thank you for listening to this. I hope this helps. And if you're experiencing any type of issues, my inbox and my DMs are always open. I might yell at you for doing something crazy. But that yelling or whatever I'm going to say to you is just so that you can be put towards the right path of success. Reach out to your mentors. Reach out to other friends, other members that are trading. Don't do this alone. Reach into the community. The community has your back. Thank you guys for listening. And if you guys need anything, again, I am here. Have a good day. Hope you guys trade well. And don't worry about any drawdown. We'll get you out of it. Be easy, everybody.